This week on the Jock and Nerd podcast, we react to all the geeky goodness from DC FanDome.
Geek boner.
We got trailers for Wonder Woman 84, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and The Batman. James Gunn reveals the Suicide Squad characters and a whole bunch more. Plus, a review of Season 2 of The Umbrella Academy on Netflix. All that in this edition of the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Thursday, August 27th, 2020.
Hey, this is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman. Welcome to the Jock and Nerd podcast. Remember, Batman's got your back.
Check. Check one. All right. This is really fans out there. Let's give it up. We jockin', we nerdin'. We funny, disturbing. We jockin', we nerdin'. We spoiler alert. Oh yeah. We jockin', we nerdin'. We funny, disturbing. Oh yeah. I'm jockin', we nerdin'. We spoiler alert. Give it up one time. Jockin', we nerdin'.
Hello, what's up, listener? How's it going? Welcome to the Jock and Nerd podcast, where we geek out about comic book and superhero TV and movie news, reviews, and whatever we choose.
Jock and Nerd.
My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the nerd.
And he's the Rug Boy. What's up, Rugs? Good Earth to you.
Good earth to you, Imran. How's it going? How's it going, Anthony?
I'm all right.
How's everyone this week? It's 2020, so that question
It's
is
still 2020.
yeah. Question is
We
irrelevant.
got the RNC going on right now, right? We had the DNC last week.
Yeah, and we
Fun
had another social thing happen.
See, this is why I am glad.
And, I follow sports, and there was a lot of protests. So
Yes.
yeah, just another week in 2020.
Another
Yeah.
wonderful double hurricanes,
I'm waiting for the alien squid to land in New York.
wildfires. Half of the country's on
Man with
fire.
the big blue dick to save us.
Dr. Manhattan needs to come,
Yeah.
and which is why I'm so happy to be doing this, because everyone needs a break from the madness, and this is my break from the madness. And boy, you guys, we have a shit ton of actual fun, geeky stuff
Geek boner.
to talk about, so let's get into it.
The Jock and Nerd podcast.
Oh, they did it. DC did it. They put out a virtual event last weekend called DC FanDome, 24-hour virtual panels. We're going to talk about all the trailers, the movie news, the comic book news, video game trailers. Did you guys watch any of this while it was happening? So my first
No.
question. No, you motherfucker. Not at all.
I just watched the trailers the next day.
Anthony, did you catch any of the panels?
No,
No, not at all.
No.
We're not interested?
No, I guess I wasn't. Not that I wasn't interested, but it just wasn't on my radar at the time that it was happening.
I was way too busy.
Okay. Well, I was excited that morning when it happened. I knew it was happening. Variety is reporting this was kind of a big hit for DC. The Hall of Heroes event generated 22 million views across 220 countries during its 24-hour run.
Oh, shit.
The trailers generating upwards of 150 million views since the weekend. So it was 24 hours, but what it really was 12 hours of programmed, pre-recorded panels and content, and then an encore presentation, right, of the whole thing. And I got to tell you, holy shit,
Geek boner.
I really enjoyed this. The production was slick. This virtual environment was designed by Jim Lee, the Hall of Heroes. So they were standing on a Jim Lee creation, the international flair with hosts from around the world. And it was a lot better than San Diego Comic-Con, first of all. And it made me like love DC and like want to read Batman again. And I got super excited. So I gave him, this is my score.
Geek boner.
I think they pulled it off. Marvel needs to do something like this. It was a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, I watched the trailers that came out, and I was like, whoa, I'm actually excited about some things. So people are still talking about it right now. If you go on the Twitters, people are still talking about the Batman trailer and all the other stuff. So they had an impact, I believe.
Yeah, I was going to say that it feels like for the first time in a while, with COVID and things not going on, and the fact that DC kind of had all this stuff in the holster, it feels like for the first time in a while they actually have some momentum.
Yeah.
which is odd to say because they've just been so shitty and so discombobulated. And not everything is perfect, but it feels like with all the new stuff that they put out, it finally feels like there's some excitement.
I gotta
DC.
tell you, I was really impressed, and it gave me so much.
Geek boner.
You know, the whole thing. Well, as we get into it, you'll notice they're really leaning into this multiverse of theirs and making it fun. And I think this event is smart. There's going to be another one in September, so they split it over 2 days because they had so much fucking programming. That's going to be all TV and comics. They did a little bit of TV stuff, but you got to imagine this costs way less than going to San Diego Comic-Con, than going to big conventions, and the whole world was watching all at once. I fucking loved it. So let's roll into the big movie news. We'll start with the movie stuff and the trailers, kind of in the order that they were scheduled, starting with Wonder Woman 1984. This movie is coming out next October. I don't even know if these movies are going to come out. Things are coming out. But we got a new trailer, and you got to see a lot of stuff. Anthony, what did you think of this Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot?
I thought it was okay. I think the movie is really riding on the fact of Kristen Wiig, right?
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Cheetah.
Like, Cheetah is a very interesting villain to choose. We saw glimpses of her in different costumes. I mean, that could either, DC's casting with villains has been pretty hit or miss.
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg being the one I think of right off the bat. They've really screwed the pooch sometimes on these castings. And when you have a woman that plays a feline and you're getting into cats territory, it could be, it's risky. So I'm not 100% sold on Kristen Wiig nor the design of Cheetah, and it's tough to pull off, obviously. But it looks all right. I'll hold my I won't trash it, but it just, we need to wait and see.
Well, that was the big reveal I was waiting for. They showed us Cheetah in full furry CGI rugs. Is it drifting into live action Cats musical movie territory?
Well, not really. I mean, in a way it is, but first of all, Cheetah doesn't look anything like Kristen Wiig. Like the CG one.
It looks like it could be anybody.
Yeah, so that's weird.
Yeah.
And maybe that's an interesting choice.
Her face doesn't look like Kristen Wiig, you're right.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
At all.
Yeah.
I don't think that the color choice is very good because it's very drab.
Well, they're showing us, the scenes they show us are these dark night scenes too, and it is all colorless.
Yeah, but it still feels like devoid of color. When you have the rest of the trailer,
really
all
bright,
really bright and saturated, then you get the main villain reveal at full final form, Super Saiyan.
Yeah,
and she's kind of dull.
She's got a tail, though. She has a tail.
She has a tail.
Yes, she's full Cheetah, climbing walls and shit.
This trailer to me seems like it could be a decent film, but I'm not blown away by anything. I'm still kind of very trepidatious about this film.
I will agree the trailer maybe didn't give me the biggest
Geek boner.
I like seeing more details. I like seeing we're going to see more of Diana as a kid on the island, those flashbacks.
Her riding the lightning is great.
The riding the lightning is great. They kind of explain how Steve comes back and Barbara gets the powers. So that's the one thing I thought is interesting in Cheetah. It seems personal, where she has that line where she's like, you always got whatever you wanted. Now it's my turn.
Well, I think that she works with Diana.
Yeah, she's probably jealous.
She's she works with Diana in the museum or whatever she does that they do with the relics.
Yes, but to this point, Wonder Woman has fought Doomsday, Ares, a god with a handlebar mustache, and now is this a formidable foe? I don't know. It's a classic.
Yeah, I feel like it's a downgrade. It is. It's a major downgrade.
That's why I think it's going to be a personal thing. I love the spinny rope bullet defense move. That's fun. She's spinning the rope.
That's cool,
right? And Steve is a fish out of water now. He has the funny line about, does everybody parachute now? What's going on? Why do I have to wear parachute pants?
Well, that and the radar.
Oh, yes.
He's like, I cannot maneuver these guys. And she goes something along the lines of, well,
I didn't tell you.
Have radar.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
So, I mean, that'll be fun to watch him figure out what garbage cans are and what a video game is. I don't know. Those fun 80s moments. But overall, the movie looks like what I thought it was going to be. It looks energetic, but this trailer, it's just it's okay. It's good.
Yeah, it's okay. The setting is
There's nothing really bad to say about it.
No.
Yeah.
It's just nothing really great either.
It's
kind of
Washington,
like
D.C. Yeah, Maxwell Lord, and gives everyone their wish, and that's what everybody wishes, and it's going to cause some problems.
1984. Wonder what the significance is.
I don't know. We'll see. But she's been living since the last movie. So, listener, let us know what you think. A lot of our listeners have. If you want to join the conversation, join our Facebook group. It's called Jock and Nerd Nation. And it's an exclusive group just for our listeners. Ruggs, we made some updates to the group this week, did we not?
Yeah. I wanted to open the doors because we're keeping it really, really tight and exclusive. And I was like, oh, well, what if you want to invite your friends? And so we told the people who are in the nation right now, go ahead, invite your friends. You can get in. All you got to do is agree to our terms, which is like not to be a dickhead, and you're in.
And check out the show. And we took the questions out, so you don't have to prove you listen to the show. That's a kind of a barrier for a lot of people before they don't know what they're getting into. But yeah, Ruggs, you put that out there, and people invited their friends. So I want to say welcome new Facebook Jock and Nerd Nation members, Phil Huggins, Stephen Charles Altmyers, and Joe Lyko.
Jock and Nerd.
All friends of my brother from another mother, Joe Henry, my vitiligo brother.
Jock and Nerd.
Thanks for inviting them.
Yeah, and we were hoping like every single time we do a show, we have more people to welcome every time that we you log in and you listen. So
hopefully this will be a good change. Also, happy birthday to a very important person in the Jock and Nerd Nation, Lisa Morrison. Yeah. Hope you had a great birthday this week, Lisa. We are the same age, but you would never guess by looking at the both of us.
Oh, yeah.
I look like I'm 85 years old.
You could be her dad.
Yes, I look like her father. I'm like, actually, we're the same age, sir. Relax. No, but she looks a lot better than I do at this age, Lisa. You make it look good. Moving on, you guys, there was a quick flash panel about the movie.
It was a flash.
It was the Flash. They did not talk about Ezra Miller choking out a girl. It was not discussed, unfortunately. But the director, Andrew Muschietti, they're making this Flashpoint movie. First of all, remember the day before FanDome happened, Vanity Fair reported Ben Affleck will return as Batman in the Flash.
Oh, shit.
Comments on that, Anthony?
Well, I mean, it's clear that DC's whole philosophy now is just make whatever movie you want. As far as Batman returning in the Flash, I mean, it'll be a little confusing, I guess, but overall, I don't think it's the worst. I mean, he wasn't the problem with these movies.
He wasn't.
So I don't have an issue with Batman with Batfleck returning, and they've already been in a movie together.
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of makes sense.
I never thought I would see him put the suit back on, but so clearly they're doing Flashpoint because they put out this piece of concept art, and I'll have it in the show notes, and it'll be the artwork on your Apple or your podcatcher right now, listener. It's Ezra Miller in like a new Flash suit, and there's a Batman behind him. But if you look closely, the silhouette, that is clearly Michael Keaton, 1989 Batman.
Oh, shit. Geek boner.
So this is going to be a multiverse movie. So it's going to be Affleck and Keaton as multiple Batmans in Flashpoint. What the fuck? This is crazy.
Well, I don't think that the new Batman, the Pattinson Batman,
Pattinson is in his own multiverse.
For some reason, they're doing a crossover with the two Batman, like kind of crossing each other's path. It's going to be like a one-off scene, I think. I don't think it's going to be integral to the whole film. I don't think that they're going to be in a huge part of the movie. I think it's just going to be a cameo.
Dude, Anthony, this fucking concept art got me excited because I was like, holy shit, Michael Keaton's Batman, Ezra Miller. Does this do anything for you?
Yeah, I mean, I like that they're trying to explain how they have all these different Batmans by just saying it's a multiverse, which is well within what DC does in their comics. Yeah, I mean, it'd be kind of fun to see Michael Keaton as an old motherfucker in the movie again.
That'd be awesome. There's so many
I'd
Batmans.
rather see that old ass Robin though. That
Dick
from
Ward, Burt Ward,
Burt Ward.
Dick Grayson.
You want to see Burt Ward's dick?
Burt Ward's dick.
Dick Grayson.
It's a good band name.
I mean, they've already established in the Berlanti verse, the Arrowverse, this Flash.
Yep.
So they've already, they're already laying the groundwork for the multiverse and all that, and they've done it in that TV series. So yeah, I guess Michael Keaton returning to the Batman role would be kind of exciting.
That's fun.
I mean, this could make the DCU unique.
Yeah.
It could make it a step apart from Marvel, where Marvel's doing a shared universe and they're doing a shared multiverse.
Yep.
And even though that they got off to a really bad start with that, now they have this kind of like back door that they can use to fucking.
That's hot.
Geek boner.
Back door.
Yeah.
Look, there's so many Batmans, and we're getting.
Are you
even
sick of Batman,
more.
Imran?
I don't know. There's a lot. This is a lot of Batman stuff happening that they announced. But it's all pretty exciting. Moving on, let's get into another big exciting reveal. James Gunn, the Suicide Squad, finally reveals his whole cast, and they put out a video with some behind-the-scenes footage of him shooting it. What do you want to get into? Here, let's go over the cast. Here is who is in this. This cast is insane. Idris Elba playing Bloodsport. Margot Robbie, of course, playing Harley Quinn. John Cena is Pacemaker. Viola Davis, Amanda Waller. Jai Courtney returning Captain Boomerang. Joel Kinnaman returning as Rick Flag. David Dastmalchian is Polka Dot Man. Danielle Melchior is Ratcatcher 2. Steve Agee will be mocapping King Shark. Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother, playing Weasel. Flula Borg playing Javelin. Nathan Fillion playing someone called TDK. Peter Capaldi, a Doctor Who, playing the Thinker. Pete Davidson, who we just watched this movie, playing someone called Blackguard. Alice Braga is playing Saul Soria. Mei Ling Ing as Mongol. Michael Rooker as Savant. Storm Reed as Tyla, who's Bloodsport's daughter. Jennifer Holland as Amelia Harcourt, and Juan Diego Botto as Luna. Holy shit. I don't know who any of these people are.
I don't care about any of these people. Maybe King Shark. That's about it.
Anthony, is this but remember Guardians of the Galaxy? We didn't know who those fuckers were. He's working with a huge cast. Half of them are probably going to die in this movie.
Yeah.
Do you think he can pull this off with these crazy fucking characters?
I do. I think James Gunn is actually very well suited to do this, obviously, with Guardians of the Galaxy. Suicide Squad's whole gimmick is that there's a bunch of people that you don't know that get offed.
Yeah.
And it's just all these dysfunctional people that have really weird personalities. So I think he can pull this off. Also, we're going to review a show later, but this is kind of the era of weird team-up superhero
the
things.
Dysfunctional family team superhero teams.
Yeah, you have Umbrella Academy, you have Suicide
Doom
Squad,
Patrol.
Guardians, Doom Patrol, The Boys.
Yep. The Boys.
So this is that era, and I think John Cena, for me, just looks like a ridiculous version of Captain America.
Well, he says in the behind the scenes, he's like a douchey Captain America. Got it. I'm all on it. Watching that footage, you guys, what'd you think? That got me also geek. This movie looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. He says it's the biggest movie he's ever made. It looks amazing already.
Well, I feel like getting this out of the way is like, as I said, nobody cares about these characters.
Exactly.
So you can do whatever you want with them. I think that's what the way that James Gunn likes to play, because he likes to just be able to do whatever he wants and not worry about continuity or tradition or whatever. So he's got carte blanche basically with all these characters. So he can fucking make it as stupid as he wants, and it's not really going to piss anybody off.
However, you notice he's embracing these old school costumes from the 70s Suicide Squad run, like the Polka Dot Man's costume, the Peacemaker costume. A lot of these are right out of the comic. I don't know if it's going to look ridiculous or he's going to make it work.
I think it's ridiculous by design.
Yeah, it kind of is. What did you think of King Shark? We got a good look at King Shark in this. He's a big shark. He looks like a shark.
Yeah.
That's what he should look like. So many versions of King Shark now out there. I also love when the producer is like, this is a 70s war movie with James Gunn's characters and comedy. I think Weasel is either going to steal the show or he's dead first. Sean Gunn's character. But it looks intense. Who dies first? Who do you think dies first?
Oh, man.
It's the person that you least expect. I think that Pete Davidson's got to die
Pete
first.
Davidson as the Blackguard.
Or Flula.
Flula Borg as Javelin. He's juggling a lot of people here.
I think Polka Dot Man's going to be like the clutch guy in the movie.
I mean, Ratcatcher look cool. Some of these guys look kind of cool. Anthony, who's your vote to die first?
I don't know.
I feel like
He
one of
dancing.
the worst looking characters is Michael Rooker's. It's terrible.
Yeah, his savant with that white hair, he looks kind of crazy.
It looks very bad.
So I found out something about Nathan Fillion's character. It's a new character. It's just titled TDK, right? But people have dug and they found out that TDK stands for the Detachable Kid, and that possibly it is a tribute, a new version of the classic Arm Fallout Boy. One of the best, stupidest names characters with the craziest powers. So Nathan Fillion maybe like pulling his arms off and beating people with them.
Arm Fallout Boy.
Arm Fallout Boy, maybe when it's a new.
Well, he's got, like, if you look at his logo,
Yes,
it's two chopped off arms.
His hands are floating, and TDK, people are saying, stands for the Detachable Kid. Will he whip out his penis and throw it at someone?
Oh, shit.
That would be amazing.
So he basically can rip his arm off and beat people.
Beat you with it. That's what Arm Fallout Boy's power was. He'd pop his arm off and just beat you down and then pop it back on. Very useful.
That is hilarious, and they're probably going to use that
In certain
to a crazy degree.
This is going great.
This is what, with Matter Eating Lad, this is what DC gives you when you go
You
back.
can see that DC's characters are very lame.
Yes. Okay, let's move on to another highly anticipated thing everyone was looking forward to. Zack Snyder's director's cut of the Justice League panel. Zack was there. These panels are great, by the way. The Wonder Woman, the whole cast was there, and Linda Carter was there, and Venus Williams popped in, and they played games, and all the panels had the celebrities, and it looked great. So Zack was there, and he's talking about talking to his fans, and some of the people who got this movement started showing up. He clearly has an army of fans out there, you guys. I guess you know this. I was like,
It's the Snyderverse fans.
yes,
Everybody
dude, he's got a huge behind him. Pushing for him. So he finally revealed the teaser for the official director's cut of Justice League. It will be shown in 4 1-hour parts on HBO Max sometime probably late a year from now, I imagine. And you guys, this was all new footage, obviously.
Mostly, yeah.
Stuff that he didn't finish, stuff that got cut, set to the tune of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. Again, Zach.
He uses it again, yeah.
Yes. But so here's the thing. In Watchmen, he used Hallelujah. But I believe someone on Twitter pointed out that Alan Moore actually wrote in the song in the book Watchmen. Like it was meant to be in the book as the soundtrack. But here he's using it. And is the message Hallelujah? The Snyder cut is now here.
Oh, shit.
Is that what?
Of course.
Is that what
Yeah,
he's
I
saying?
mean, it's so obvious.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a little on the nose, Zack Snyder, which is what he does.
Oh, that's what he does.
That's what he does. What did you guys think of kind of the new stuff and what we're going to see in this?
Well, with saying that Hallelujah was like a bad choice,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
That was like the worst thing about the whole
Yeah.
presentation. I actually liked the new footage. It was nice to see Superman without a weird mustache thing going
Absolutely.
on. And I really like the way that the new Steppenwolf looks.
Steppenwolf looks better. He's spikier.
I don't like Darkseid.
Well, the first shot you see, is that Darkseid or it's
him, but it's not without the. Yeah, he's named something else.
Uxas. He's
yeah.
like younger Darkseid.
Right.
Still doesn't
Actually,
look
I
right.
think that hooded character, I think, is also
That hooded character is
Steppenwolf.
Desaad. It was
Is
a
it?
new god. So we're gonna see a lot of different new gods. Apparently, that's Desaad. That's not Steppenwolf. But
Oh, I thought that was Steppenwolf. Okay.
What do you think, Anthony, of all this hubbub?
I mean, it definitely looks like there's a lot of stuff that was in the movie that he intended to put that didn't make it. So in that sense, it looked good. It looks like legitimately his movie. As we all know, I'm not a big fan of the direction he was taking everything. So I don't think I'm taking going out on a limb here and saying I might not like this movie. But again, glad to see his vision potentially coming to life. Overall, though, I mean, I see why people are excited. I'm glad to see what he had in store. He definitely loves to stick his foot in his mouth, though.
Yeah.
Like the Hallelujah, is
Really? Hallelujah, Zach. Really?
He really just thinks his shit doesn't stink at times. And then his comment that came out in the media afterwards, where he goes, "This movie's for grown-ups."
This is for grown-ups.
What?
And it's like,
Lame.
Really?
he always tends to say things, and I'm just like, Just shut up, dude. Just put out. You're such a douche about things, and you literally are like just sniffing your own shit
Like
at this point.
If it was James Cameron, I would be like, all right, he knows what the fuck he's talking about. But this is Zack Snyder. He doesn't always bat 1,000. He's
not even
a lot.
close to 1,000. Like he's yet to put out a fully
he's got to be fully aware. I mean, he made a lot of weird comments after Batman vs Superman, but he's got to be aware. Although a lot of people were clamoring for this, a lot of people didn't like where he was going with this. So to just be like, well, if you don't like this, you're a kid. Yeah. It's just like, dude, shut up.
Let the adults enjoy this. So look, you see Superman return in the black costume. You see Iris West. You see Flash save her. You see a little bit of the Speed Force. It is confirmed that you're going to see Superman revisit. They're going to revisit his death, the moment of his death in Batman vs. Superman, where he died at Doomsday. We're going to see Superman die again because, of course, Zack Snyder hates Superman. So why wouldn't he show him dying again? I did think Batman blocking the blast from the Parademon with his gauntlet. That was kind of badass.
So I just I'll throw in real quick. I kind of have an idea from watching a Screen Crush video of where this is going.
Yeah.
So that flashback scene with the Flash.
Yes,
the Flashpoint scene. They revisit that in the trailer.
That's what I thought that was going to happen.
Yeah, and what I think is going to happen is they're going to be fighting these guys, and they're going to lose because Superman. You know how Flash goes, Lois is the key. Lois is going to die.
Oh,
and that's going to turn Superman evil, and with Superman's help, they're going to fuck up the world. And then they're going to have to send Flash back in time, and then they're going to have a second chance to redo it. So I think that second episode will be them like the world in the future completely fucked up with that like Batman in a trench coat.
In the future nightmare scene, where the Justice League
nightmare scene is going to play out in real life.
I kind of want to see that. Holy shit!
Geek boner.
Okay, that's exciting.
That's where they're going.
Okay, and look, 4 hours. Obviously,
Snyder wants to play with Superman being a bad guy for a bit.
Little
He's
bit.
Going to do it.
And I can see that. I think I could see him leading up to that. Also.
Well,
that's what they were building.
If they do it with a reset button with Flashpoint, I don't mind that much because they have done that in the comics.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, is it original? Not really. But is it? But I mean, it has precedence. So, there you go.
He's going to take it midway through this. I predict. To such a dark level, and then I think he's going to rally the heroes and come
we'll
back.
see that scene where Superman has Batman tied up, and he comes down, and he's all evil.
We'll basically see Superman executing people because they probably Batman is at fault for letting Lois die.
Oh shit!
Look, this sounds a lot more interesting than the Justice League movie we got already.
Definitely.
However, the only thing I'm concerned with is I kind of feel like I know exactly the kind of movie we get. You see, where it's going to be a bunch of awesome shots, awesome moments, barely stitched together with a little bit of story, and then a bunch of montages with the music, and fuck the story. But honestly, I'm going in this now. I just want to see a collection of awesome shots, of awesome moments that Zack has in his head. I don't care if it makes sense anymore. I don't care if there's a through line, whatever. I understand you don't care. Just show me the cool shit you've been dying to show, and I'll be happy. So that's how I'm going to go into watching this, and it's still a year away.
At least it's something new coming out in this world of Corona where nothing's coming out. So
new-ish.
Never been seen before. How about that? Yeah.
I mean, a lot. Yeah.
Apparently, Cyborg's going to have a much bigger role in this movie.
So I can tell you're going to see a lot more Flash, a lot more Cyborg. You see his father get killed, and probably we'll see how he got made because that he shot all that football shit, and it never got shown. Is that the same football field that blew up in The Dark Knight Rises? Did they put it back together?
Maybe.
Listener, I know what you need right now. You need a mask if you're going out and maybe going to the movies, maybe going to bars. We have masks. Buy them. Rep the show on your snout. Muzzle yourself with the Jock and Nerd mask. Just visit our shop, jockandnerd.com/shop, where there's always sales going on the TeePublic shop. And if you follow us on social media, I'll try to let you know when there's a sale. But get a mask, get a t-shirt. Lots of fun merch there. Okay, let's move on to two panels. about movies that aren't going to be made for a while. A little bit of information. First is Black Adam. The Rock was there.
Oh, shit.
This is like a passion project for him. He seemed very passionate about Black Adam, put out some concept art teasers and trailers. Basically, he's been locked away for 5,000 years in Kahndaq, and Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Justice Society is going to be in there. Justice Society of America, Cyclone, Atom Smasher. And then just the voice, man. Him talking as Black Adam. I kind of buy that he's Black Adam.
Oh, shit.
He's like truth, justice, and the Black Adam way. Coming at you next year. What'd you guys think?
Is that what he said? He said that?
He said this in one of these videos.
Wow.
In the when he introduces Justice Society of America.
Floppy jock.
You don't not
Floppy jock.
A little cringy. What do you guys think? Is he the voice of Black Adam? What'd you think of this concept art?
I think he's going to be a good Black Adam or not. He's The Rock. We can do it.
Yeah, I mean, concept art is interesting. He's super charismatic. Black Adam, he can do what he wants with it. He's already played like a Egyptian-esque guy in the Mummy.
Oh yeah, he was a Scorpion King.
Yeah, he was a Scorpion King. So
he just seems really.
He'll be fine. Yeah, I think it'll be a fun movie. I guess this is the build up to eventually getting him and Shazam in a film together.
He seems really into it. So that was, it's fun when the guy's into it.
I was more not, I guess, excited, but more intrigued once they announced that it wasn't just him, that they were going to put in the Justice Society
you need
of America.
The Justice Society of America. So we'll get to see Hawkman will be cool in live action, and Dr. Fate, the gold helmet, be cool. We'll see how they bring these guys to life.
I'm just wondering, like, The Rock is a gigantic human.
Yes.
Usually, like, the superheroes are just as big, but I don't. How are they going to cast?
Than, like, if it was Henry Cavill, he's bigger than Cavill. He's bigger than Zachary Levi, of course.
He's 6. Well, Zachary Levi, I don't know. I still don't think those are his actual muscles, but
no, it's not.
The Rock is legitimately like 6'4", 275.
Jesus Christ!
Pounds.
Let's see. How about 6'5", 260?
Oh shit!
Yeah. I mean, he's a big dude.
That's all. That's solid.
He definitely looks like a superhero.
No, he looks sick.
Or a villain.
I mean, if it looks like the concept art, he's gonna look sick as Black Adam. But he overpowered. He's just bigger than everyone. He's bigger than everybody. Batman, Superman should be the same size. I don't know. Speaking of Shazam, there was a Shazam panel with Zachary Levi. They didn't have much to share except for a few important things. A poster. The name of the sequel, it's going to be called Shazam Fury of the Gods. And then in an incredible meta joke, Sinbad comes on. You guys know Sinbad, right? Comic Sinbad.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, you guys, this is the movie everybody thought I was in because of the Mandela effect, in the 90s. Let me just tell you, I'm going to make up for this. I want to roll this movie. Sinbad is in the movie.
Oh, shit.
He's in the next Shazam movie, which I think is kind of funny and meta.
He should be in Shazam.
He should be because
I thought it was Kazam.
Right. Well, that's the
Shaq.
Shaquille O'Neal movie, but people thought that there was a Shazam movie with Sinbad that doesn't exist. And this is one of the.
And Sinbad wasn't in any kind of movie where he was anything.
I don't think so. This is one of the glitches in the Matrix.
Yeah.
The Sinbad movie was Shazam with 2 A's at the Shazaan.
Sinbad was in The Meteor Man.
Sinbad.
Yeah. But no.
He's never been in any kind of like wizard movie at all.
No, I don't think so.
That just
Jingle All the Way.
No,
he was in
great
First Kid.
First Kid, where he's the bodyguard of the president's kid.
I don't know. I feel like this is all a lie.
Yeah, there was this. The Sinbad show. It was made up. That movie doesn't exist, but now he will actually get to be in a Shazam movie.
Oh shit!
Fun stuff. Okay, this was the trailer to end the night. The most anticipated panel. Everybody was waiting for Matt Reeves, the Batman. He talked for like 30 minutes to Aisha Tyler, who was hosting the whole thing. And man, holy shit, I'm hearing him talk passionately. He is so into this. I think this movie's going to be
shit.
fucking amazing without even seeing the trailer, because he was talking about what he wants to do. He wants to make Gotham City different and unique, not like a city you've seen. And he's going to get into the physical mindset of Bruce Wayne, all crazy. And then he drops this fucking teaser with only 25% of the movie shot.
Oh shit.
So consider that. All he shot is 25%, and he gives us this fucking awesome trailer, which shows you, Zack Snyder, how you use popular music and trailers the correct way. Something in the Way by Nirvana mixed in with Michael Giacchino's score.
What do you think that means? That's something in the way.
I don't know, but it worked for this mood, this tone.
But why? You just said something, and I want you to back it up. Like, why is this a good song?
Well, I haven't seen the movie, but maybe Bruce is in his own way. Something is in his way. Something is in the way of getting to the corruption, getting around the corruption. Something in the way is creepy. I just thought it worked. It was haunting. It's not on the nose. And precisely why it's not on the nose, it works better. But what did you guys think of this? What is
Geek Boner?
Floppy Jock.
This is our new there's so many Batman. This is Pattinson.
So this movie, I mean, I've been aware of it. I'm a big Batman guy, but I haven't really been pumped up about this. Just kind of like, oh, okay, interesting. I like Matt Reeves, Pattinson. Okay. Now, I hear he's a really good actor now. I like Paul Dano. I like
Great
Colin
cast.
Farrell.
Yeah.
I like the cast. I saw the trailer, and I have to say, I don't know if it's my bias towards Batman or what, but I was like, this is fucking awesome. I was legit all in. And I didn't even know, I watched it kind of blind, so I didn't realize that, like, the Riddler was in it or the Penguin was in it. I saw Catwoman, but just the look, the tone, the music, as you had mentioned, Imran, the fight scene, the crawl at the end. I mean, everything just, for me, it hit on all levels. The only drawback I really had, and it's a small criticism, is that when he's Bruce Wayne, he kind of looks like Trent Reznor from the 90s with that hair. I don't know if Bruce Wayne would rock that hair, but I mean, the suit's super, like, almost practical.
Very practical, like he could have made it. Yes.
I like that they acknowledge that he's finally wearing just black eye black. It's a little thing, but it's important. I like the scenery. I heard that they filmed a lot of this in, like, Liverpool or England.
Oh, yeah.
To kind of change up what Gotham looks like.
Yep.
And I think it all works from the trailer, and I like that the feel is of a little more bright, but it seems like 7 in a Batman movie.
Yeah.
I liked everything. I like that it's a year 2, so he's still young, but it's not a retelling like a Batman Begins. I don't know. It made me pumped again for Batman, and maybe I'm biased because I love Batman.
It's fucking awesome.
It was great.
Yeah. That's really good.
Let me tell you, this fucking trailer gave me fucking goose pimples. It gave me chills. We thought the Nolan Batman was gritty. Here is an even more grittier, unpolished.
So do you?
Movie.
There is the argument that is everyone sick of gritty, brooding Batman?
I'm not.
Dark Batman.
I think this is it's a different kind of dark place he's taken us we haven't seen with this Batman, and it really works.
I really don't think that we've actually gotten a dark Batman.
Exactly.
Let me just have a second.
I see where you're going with this.
All right, so we had.
Hold on, I'm gonna give you this.
Here's the rundown. So we start out with obviously in the 60s with the campy Batman.
Yep.
All right. Then we had the Super Friends.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden we get Tim Burton's Batman, which was kind of dark, but still a cartoon.
Yes.
Right. It was like a cartoony, campy, dark. It was broody, but it was also funny and silly.
Yep.
All right. Then all of a sudden Schumacher comes in, goes completely campy and completely silly.
Yep.
Then we come back with Batman Begins. Batman Begins isn't really a dark film. It's a film about it's a pensive film.
Yeah,
you think about fear. It's an intelligent film, but it's not really dark.
No.
Like, what's the darkest thing that happens in that
right.
movie?
You're right.
There's nothing really like there's no like real darkness.
There's
it's
no
just like
brutality, really.
Yeah. So we really haven't like Gotham. The show was more dark and brutal than any of the Batmans that we've had. Like even the one with Bane, it was just there wasn't any teeth to it.
No, you're right.
So this is the first time that it's actually like you're like on the level of a regular like thriller that you'd watch.
Yep.
That's like a dark thriller. I personally want to see like a horror Batman, where Batman is fucking scary.
Yeah.
And not only that, but not that he's violent, but we actually get to see like the brutality of what the Joker does and like what the Riddler does and like serial killers would actually do.
Yep.
And instead of making these guys like they're like the way that they portrayed in like the 66 series is like they're like performance artists. They're like, okay, I'm gonna do this big nice stunt
They're
for
like
entertain
vaudeville,
everyone.
yes.
Yeah. So it's like no, like the way like people fuck with people, it's like Ted Bundy and like fucking Ed Gein. Like those are the real
like Seven, like the guy did in Seven, fucking with.
So this is as close as we're getting to a darker. This is the first time you've actually got a dark Batman.
That's a great take. This is the first time we've gotten a brutal, dark, gritty Batman. Well, we need to break this whole thing down because there's so many interesting things. Starting with, I love the sound of the duct tape in the beginning, and I believe that duct tape man is possibly Riddler, Paul Dano. What do you guys think?
I think Paul Dano is a great choice for the Riddler.
He is.
I mean, I don't know visually. He seems to be more like the Scarecrow with the mask and everything, but like, I don't know. I mean, as I said, this is 25% of the film is shot.
Yeah.
This is probably just him in one iteration.
Yeah. He's probably put on a green suit, but I already love the duct tape face look as a mask. That's fucking great.
I don't think that's his mask. I think he killed someone and he put duct tape over that guy's face and wrote a message.
But that
on
guy
it.
is also wearing duct tape if you watch again.
Is he?
Yes,
Oh.
he has it. So, and Anthony, I love the black eye makeup also because you never see that. Remember in like the Keaton movies, you see the black makeup and then he'll take his fucking cowl off and it's just clean. You're
Not the Keaton movie. They did it in every.
They did it
like
in
Bale
too.
Even
Yes.
Affleck. Oh yeah, he takes off the mask and he has
disappears.
no makeup.
However, in this one, his cowl, the eyes are blacked out. So you don't even see his eyes. It might just be for anti-glare or something. Because his cowl is like Daredevil. Like there's no white eyes. There's no opening. It just looks like there's a lens over it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of dig the Bruce Wayne with the long shaggy hair look. It's different. That's what got me excited. It's completely different.
I didn't like the long hair.
A lot of
either.
people are not digging the hair.
Yeah, I think put some gel in there. You comb it.
No, he's got that. It's so 90s. Like it reminded me of The Crow. Also, like you just let the hair hang down.
Well, that's where you're crossing signals and you're like mixing the brand
a little bit. We got to see Jeffrey Wright as Gordon. Looks good. Catwoman, you see her do stuff in an early homemade costume, and that mask is just like from Frank Miller's Year One. That's what the mask Catwoman.
The only thing I'm maybe worried about.
Mm-hmm.
I think Paul Dano. Hopefully he's the lead. I like that. I like the shot, the opportunity for the Riddler to get another shot to be a lead villain. But with Catwoman and Penguin in it, I'm curious how he's going to balance all that.
I think you're going to see mostly Riddler. Like you're going to see Riddler become Riddler and see Catwoman become Catwoman and see a little bit of Colin Farrell's Oswald Cobblepot become Penguin. Speaking of which, did you see he looks like Richard fucking Kind in that one quick shot? He's got so much shit on his face, you can't even tell it's him. I was like, is that Richard Kind? What's he doing in this movie?
It's crazy they casted Colin Farrell to make him look completely different.
It looks nothing like Colin Farrell. You see that gang with the makeup, and it reminded me of Joker, but it's also like there's a skeleton gang, I guess. So because there was some, but then that shot where he just beats the guy fucking down. He's so.
Do you think that was a step too far?
No, I fucking love that. It was brutal. You could tell he's unhinged. You don't fuck with him. And the I am vengeance line, maybe a little cringy, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
It's play on every movie. He goes, I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. And this time he goes, I'm vengeance. But I thought that was sick. It was the only like comic booky thing out of the whole thing.
See, like I feel like if you're really trying to get inject realism into this, if you're Batman and you're fighting, like you're going to be fighting a few guys, you have to make sure that when you hit somebody or you take them out, they stay down.
He beat the shit out of that guy. It was amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not dead.
No,
he's not
dead. It's like a brutal MMA match, dude. He just fucking put him down to send a message, and it looked like the guy's got the message. That's great. Reeves said he drew inspiration from movies like Chinatown, The French Connection, Taxi Driver, and a comic that I had not heard of, and I ordered from Amazon. It's Batman Ego by Darwin Cook. And I was like, I didn't know Darwin Cook did a Batman book. So I have that ordered. I'm going to read that. But those are great.
Yeah, let me know how it is because I want to check it out too.
But Chinatown, French Connection, Taxi Driver, I think those are great influences, and it won't be like a direct ripoff like the Joker was. Hopefully, it's more. It's a better used influence. The Batmobile, what'd you think of the Batmobile? That looks sick. It's like a 70s muscle car with a big fucking jet engine.
I'm into it. I mean, like, it's not my favorite Batmobile, but like, I'm good with it. I always like the Tumbler. Great.
Yeah, that's your favorite. Anthony,
Yeah, well,
Anthony, this one, it looks like
89's good too.
Well, it looks like the Neil Adams Batmobile from the 70s in the comics. This one.
I didn't really have much of an opinion on the Batmobile.
Yeah, it wasn't in it that much.
Yeah.
But you're right. He's been a Batman for a year and a half.
Yeah.
The bad guys haven't been the bad guys, but I love the detective feel and the unsettling tone and
that's
feel.
what Reeves was saying. I watched some of that, and he was saying that this is the one where they're really not only going to put a spotlight on him being a detective, but really show how corrupt Gotham is, because this is year 2 of Batman, so he's still investigating things, and they're like, he's going to find out how fucked up Gotham is and how connected all of the power is to crime. There's potentially even maybe a Court of Owls type thing going on. There's also Riddler keeps hinting at the fact that Batman's involved somehow. He's linked
says
to
you're
all
a
this
part
crime.
of this too,
right? So maybe his parents were linked somehow to the crime. So like it's basically just going to unravel everything that Batman and Batman's believed in, and the city that he's trying to defend. It's really going to test, like, is this city still worth defending? So I love it. I like all that.
I love it. And I like the idea that the Waynes are not clean. They got dirt on them. They, people make that much money. They did some fucked up shit. So the Court of Owls, you mentioned, there's an owl on that card. So people are like, is that a hint for the Court of Owls? Here's something great. A fan. So when you open that card in that shot, there's a greeting card and there's a message and there's a code. A fan has already decoded what that code is in that card. The card, it says in handwriting, it says, what does a liar do when he's dead? And the coded message, the answer is, he lies still. Get it? He lies still. What does a liar do when he's dead? So people have already deciphered the Riddler's code based on this trailer. I love shit like that. Man, I got fucking goosebumps. It gave me chills. I feel like the budget for this is low. People are guessing maybe 125 million, which is big, but for like, I like how they're not making like a big blockbuster movie. They're starting kind of medium size.
It seems to me like a big blockbuster.
You think it's going to be a big blockbuster movie?
Well, it feels like it could be a blockbuster. We don't know how if he's gonna tone it down and keep it kind of small. I don't know. I really don't know how it's gonna go. So
I think he can make a lot of money on 125 million if he keeps the budget down and keeps it gritty. I'm wondering, another question that occurred, since he's only shot like 25-30% of this film, I wonder if the feedback from this is going to change anything moving forward, because this is a unique situation he's in to be able to gauge feedback before shooting the majority of it. Like, I don't think it's going to be rated R, because he makes PG-13 movies, the Planet of the Apes movies.
No, I don't think it's going to be rated. It would be dumb for him to do that.
I would love to see it rated R, but that.
Oh yeah, but he's not.
Yeah. All right. So, out of all of these guys, what are you the most pumped for?
I'm pumped.
Yeah, me too.
I think I can tell, but I want to hear it from you, Anthony.
Oh, Batman, without a doubt. The fact that they closed with that and it was so good just made put a shine on everything else that I thought for the most part was just okay, but Batman really took things over the top for me.
It did. Ruggs, what are you most excited for?
Oh, Batman it looks like it's going to be good. It looks like it's carrying all the stuff that I liked about the Nolan movies, and the fact that it was treated with some realism, and it was treated like a film and not like a comic book film.
Yeah.
And I think he's continuing that, and the fact that I get hints of Fincher in there and like horror films and something like that. I'm totally into this.
I also agree. I am the most excited for that. And then
let me throw in one thing, another scene that also caught my eye amongst everything is the scene where he's amongst the police.
Yes.
And he's like fighting all of them, kind of. Not fighting, but just angry. Like it looks like he's just having a temper tantrum.
Yeah.
I liked that too, because it's like he's working with the police, but he doesn't trust them. It seems like a scene where he's figuring out that there's just a lot of shit going on here.
Lashes out of them. If you notice, Gordon steps in to kind of hold him back from them. So like Gordon is siding with him. I feel like him and Gordon will already have a relationship when this movie starts, obviously. And people know the Batman is a thing. And you even notice like the Batcave is very rudimentary, very early, kind of, small. So I love all this gritty second year shit. I think it's interesting. So do you think DC is righted the ship? Do they have a plan? I think it's interesting if this budget is $125 million. If you look at if their strategy is to make smaller films, like Joker only cost $63 million, made them $1 billion.
Oh shit!
Birds of Prey was only $83 million. Shazam $90 million. Batman around $125 million, and then they sprinkle it in with bigger movies like Aquaman and Wonder Woman with bigger budgets. I feel like that's not a bad plan for them right now. But are they on the right track?
I mean, if it's better than them spending a shitloads of money in something that has no buzz whatsoever. So whatever they're doing seems to be working. There's buzz happening from this movie. But people are talking about this trailer. People are talking about this event. So it's all good.
They did a good job.
They did. They created buzz. I think the last couple movies they've made have been decent to good.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see what they got.
I mean, it's DC. You never know what you're going to get. You could get a clunker. It could happen. I mean, it has happened. But Matt Reeves has got a lot of credit. He's already got some good credit with me. So I'm going to be willing to give him the benefit of the doubt.
There's more, though. Well, I'm not done with DC FanDome news. Let's fly through a couple of TV and video game and comic book things. The one TV news thing they had was they did a Titans panel for the show Titans. And they were all there. They did confirm it is being moved over to HBO Max. So that's everything from DC Universe is now going to be on HBO Max.
Except for the comics.
And I think they're going to keep DC Universe for the comics. Possibly. I don't know if that's worth a subscription, maybe. But the season 3 will take place in Gotham. They're adding new characters, Scarecrow and Commissioner Barbara Gordon. And Jason Todd is going to become the Red Hood already.
Oh shit!
It's moving very fast. He got introduced last season. He will become, but doesn't he have to die and then come back and then be the Red Hood? They're going to do that all in one season on Titans. So that should be great.
Sounds like shit.
Yeah. Video game news. They had some pretty exciting trailers for 2 kind of really fun games. From Warner Brothers Montreal, they are putting out a game called Gotham Knights, in which Bruce Wayne, Batman, is dead, and you play as the Bat family, which is Batgirl, Red Robin, Tim Drake Robin, and Nightwing.
Well, you're Red Hood.
Red Hood. Sorry. You're Red Hood, Tim Drake Robin, Nightwing, and Batgirl. Jim Gordon is also dead. This game is entirely playable solo or 2-player online co-op.
So there's no Damian Wayne in here.
No Damian Wayne, and it's not tied into the Arkham games from Rocksteady. And
no, it's not.
It's not. It has nothing to do with that. But they do tie in the Court of Owls
Geek
at the end of this trailer. You guys, what did you think watching this trailer? And there's 7 minutes of gameplay you can watch. I thought it looked fun.
I mean, I want to play as Batman, but anyway.
No, you don't get to play as Batman. Sorry.
It'll be cool to be... It'll be cool to be Nightwing, at least, You
could be Batgirl, Red Hood.
Or Batgirl. It sounds interesting.
I thought it looked good. I mean, I thought it was associated with those Rocksteady games, so
not this
it's kind
one.
of disappointing, but it seems like it is.
It looks
Really?
like the same thing. This one isn't. The next game is. The other game they announced is. This game isn't.
Oh. Well, it seemed like it is. And for what it's worth, I mean, we've had a bunch of Batman games. I like the idea of him dying, like the concept of he died and now all his Bat children, I guess, take up arms to defend the city, and you can play as all of them. So,
Bat Family is kind of fun. Yeah. The other big game announcement comes from Rocksteady. This is the game that's tied into Arkham. These are the guys that made the Arkham games. Their newest game that it was like under wraps for a long time. It is called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Oh shit.
In which you can play Harley Quinn, King Shark, Boomerang, or Deadshot. In this trailer, you see it's in Metropolis, and the Brainiac is there. It's in ruins. This is the same universe as the Arkham games, and their target in this one is an evil Superman. Speaking of evil Superman, it is a 1 to 4 player co-op game. You can play this whole thing as a single player and jump as a different character whenever you want, or you can play co-op with friends, pick a player, and play with 3 other friends and do the whole game. Anthony, this is the Arkham Games. What'd you think? There's no gameplay. It's just kind of a story trailer with characters that look kind of vaguely generic, but they're just a different version of these characters.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. You know, if this is the Rocksteady game, I think this will be probably pretty good. You know, and you're playing as different Suicide Squad members, so yeah, it could be fun.
I mean, the power sets are interesting.
Yeah,
you got
what do we got?
Harley Quinn's doing some Spider-Man shit.
Yeah, she's swinging around.
You got King Shark, he's the heavy.
He's like Hulk, just bashing shit.
You got like an Iron Man with guns.
Deadshot's flying around.
And Boomerang is kind of like the weird one.
Does it look like Boomerang had his speed powers also? He looked to be running really fast as well as throwing his boomerang. It's kind of weird.
Maybe.
It was kind of confusing. And you get to fight evil Superman. I imagine you're going to have to fight like Batman and Flash and everyone's evil and kill them.
I'm telling you right now, I'm either Deadshot or King Shark.
Yeah. Now you would play as Harley or Boomerang?
Maybe. I mean, you know that she's going to be overpowered, right?
Yeah. And Boomerang is probably the most useless one out of all these people.
Yeah.
Really. Captain Boomerang. But
who wants to be him? Nobody.
It looks fun. It's Rocksteady. They have a solid track record of these games, so that'll be fun to play. And finally, in comic book news, two little things, but they are big things. Rugs. Milestone Comics is coming back.
Oh, shit.
It's about damn time.
What was Milestone Comics, Rugs, for those who don't know?
Well, it was a imprint that they made, and it was specifically for and by Black artists and writers, right? So I believe is that correct, right?
Minority representation, Black creator and owned characters, founded in 1993 by Dennis Cowan, Dwayne McDuffie, Michael Davis, and Derek T. Dinkle. It went away in 97 and then was revived and integrated into the DCU in 2008, but they're bringing the line back, which had great stuff like Static Shock. I used to read Static Shock, the comic, and watch the cartoon. They announced they're making a live action movie
Geek Boner
of Static Shock. It's about time.
Really?
Rugs, how are you? So you're excited for this? They had some good shit.
Yeah, Milestone. They had Icon. You know, it was they had their own whole roster of heroes, and it was short lived. And Static Shock obviously was the big breakout star of that. So it's good that he's getting a movie. He was a Saturday morning cartoon, obviously. So he's been on TV before.
Yep, it was a good show.
So there is like maybe a built-in fan base for it. So they should totally, capitalize on it. They had like a bunch of other stuff, like they had Blood Syndicate hardware and Shadow Cabinet and some other ones as well. But like, I think that Static Shock is the slam dunk.
He was like their Spider-Man or their Miles Morales.
Yeah.
He was a teenager who got powers and had to hide. And that's why you related to it and you loved it. It was very good. So that was exciting. And then John Ridley, Oscar-winning screenwriter who wrote 12 Years a Slave, I believe, right? He is writing a Batman comic book in January. And he says, quote, "There's a little better than 47% chance that the new Batman will be a person of color."
Oh, shit.
Says the 12 Years a Slave writer. Many have rumored that it would be Luke Fox, probably Lucius Fox's son, become Batman, but that's exciting too. We got a Black Batwoman on TV. They did a panel with her. She's very charming, very pretty. And John Ridley be running Black Batman. Comment on this. Anyone?
Well, it's all about the context, right?
Yeah.
So if Bruce Wayne, hands off the mantle to him, and that's what it's going to be. That's cool. I'm good. I'm down with that.
Pass on the Batman.
We've established his character. He's been around. He was a Batwing at some point.
Yes.
So he's already had some precedent of being a Bat family character. So that wouldn't be like a far leap. I mean, we've had Dick Grayson in the Cowl before.
Yeah.
So wouldn't
Azrael? Everybody's been Batman. Different people have been Batman.
So I think that'd be cool.
Okay. Yeah. Right, Anthony?
That's all I got.
Yeah.
I agree with. I have nothing to add.
Well, how about this, Anthony?
My balls was hot.
How about you shout out our awesome sponsor for this episode, Manscaped? They're amazing.
They are amazing. If you need to go downstairs and trim that fucking vicious jungle down there, that Amazon rainforest, that fucking
lame.
That shit that like you snake out of your fucking bathtub is all down there. You need to trim all that shit. That mullet. Go with the fucking Manscaped
Front mullet.
Lawnmower 3.0 because it's fucking awesome. And I'm pumped. And Bilotti is too.
Yeah, me too.
And you get 20% off with our code JockandNerd at manscaped.com and free shipping to make your balls feel nice.
So, Anthony, do you think a lot of guys, because when I first tried this, there's a little trepidation when you bring something sharp to your nuts, right?
Oh, shit.
It's a little scary. You don't know what's going to happen, but I can tell you, listener, this thing, you could just shove it right in there. It does not nick or snag. It's safe. And once you get past that, you're like, how could I have been missing this my whole life? In fact, you can subscribe to their peak hygiene plan. You get new replacement blades every 3 months delivered right to your door. Shave it down. Your balls will thank you. Use code JockandNerd at manscaped.com. Get 20% off and free shipping. Booyah, as Cyborg would say. Let's take a break here, and we'll be right back with a review of Umbrella Academy Season 2 right after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Drew.
I'm Nate.
And I'm Tanner, and we are the hosts of Headline Heroes.
Every week we take a bizarre, out-there article,
Germans build underground pipeline for beer,
and attempt to create a superhero or villain.
The obvious one is that they have a giant robot that runs off of beer.
Along the way, we discuss powers, design a costume, and of course, struggle with a name.
Gram Sam Sam? No.
Gram Sam, no!
And inevitably, we get off subject and talk about the really important stuff.
I did go to Bill Engvall's website, and I just want to tell you a couple of things I'm seeing here.
Please do, I wish you would. But we always arrive with the super creation we are proud of. Join Headline Heroes every Tuesday as we try to make reality a little more super.
Transmission commencing.
This is Wookiee Radio.
Translated for the Wookiee impaired. I like that Wookiee.
Your hosts, Ken, Derek, and Mike, bring you the latest news and commentary from the far reaches of the galaxy.
Hold it. I said hold it.
Subscribe today on iTunes and Stitcher.
I just assumed it's a Wookiee.
Start listening today, and remember,
The Force will be with you, always.
Hello, Jock and Nerd listeners. It is your resident ginger geek, Matt Delhauer, here to remind you that the 5-year anniversary of What the Fuck Happened is quickly approaching. To celebrate what is obviously the most important event for this podcast ever, we want you, the listeners, to have a say in what movie we cover. Hell, if it wasn't for all of you, there wouldn't have even been an episode 2, let alone 15. So, throughout the month of August, we are taking your suggestions over on Twitter. Tweet the movie you want us to cover to @JockandNerdcast. And be sure to use the hashtag JANWTF5. Yes, it's longer than it should be. While you're at it, let us know what your favorite episode of What the Fuck Happened has been so far. Share your favorite memories from the series, your favorite jokes, or send us fan art, whatever you want. Feed our egos. All right, now back to whatever the fuck Imran's doing.
And
Listener, if you enjoy the show, if you get a chuckle, if we help you escape from the madness that is 2020, join the fan club. Visit jockandnerd.com/Patreon.
Jock and Nerd.
And you can join our awesome Patreon exclusive fan club where you can support the show and you get bonus content. Everyone gets an RSS feed with bonus material. The shows come out early. And boy, was there a lot of bonus content this week.
Oh, shit.
That's right there that everyone is enjoying. That's already signed up. Thank you to all our patrons. Anthony, you had a new Jock Talk where apparently you haven't been watching sports, but you did it anyways.
I did it. Yeah, we haven't been watching sports, and then literally we released that Jock Talk, and the next day all sports basically shut down.
Their bottom is very weak.
Sports bottom was very weak this week. It was all crazy.
Yeah.
And then Rug Boy posted a Corona binge report for Rugs.
The Beastmaster.
Oh, shit, from the early 80s.
The Beastmaster is a movie, if you haven't seen it, I grew up with this. It came out the same year as Conan the Barbarian.
1981, I think.
And it was like, the guy looked like He-Man. Like, the guy had, like, blonde hair and a tan, kind of like Beyonce. And, but like...
Oh, shit.
And he had a tiger. and
who was
big
the
sword.
girl?
Tanya Roberts, was really hot and naked in this movie. And then she ended up being Sheena, which is another movie that is great because it's like a female Beastmaster. And basically, he's a guy who has like he can talk to animals, and
got a sword.
He's got a sword, and he's going to take back this kingdom, where he's going to stop these bad marauders that are going over from every little town and destroying them. So he's taking it upon himself to be the hero and go and fucking take this dude down. And he's the Beastmaster.
So it's a really low budget Hercules, Conan kind of 80s ripoff there, Anthony.
Terrible.
Yes, it's not good.
Terrible. But
Rip Torn is in it.
Rip Torn is the bad, evil.
Rip Torn is the bad guy. That's all you have to know.
Yeah. It's got great things. It's got like hot witches that with like deformed faces, but really hot bodies.
I think this one was requested from the nation, so good on you for doing that.
Hey, listen, if you have nothing else to do, it's on Amazon, and you want to watch like a ridiculously stupid movie.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then if that wasn't enough, we have launched this 5-part Patreon-only special series with me and Rug Boy called Rug Boy and the Nerd, where we go through our history of friendship through really dumb songs we recorded 25 years ago. Rugs, comment on part 1. It's called College Radio Days.
Yeah, basically it's just we have like a bunch of songs that we recorded live on the radio that are just spur of the moment. What do you call that? Improvised.
Yes.
Yeah. And so we completely improvised, stupid, ridiculously bad songs. They're not good, but we did it, and we're just gonna talk about it. And we had a laugh while we recorded this like the other day. We had a laugh recording it, and we had brought up a lot of things that were funny. So it's kind of an insider thing. If you want to get on the inside,
you get to know us a little bit more. We haven't listened to these songs in 25 fucking years. So Pat Downey enjoyed it. So thanks, Pat, Jock and Nerd, for commenting. Check it out all on our Patreon, jockandnerd.com/Patreon. Anthony, did you listen to that yet? Will you?
He has no plan on this.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't have any plans to listen to it anymore.
That's what I
get the fuck out of here.
That's what I figured. Let's get on to our review for the episode. And man, if DC FanDome wasn't enough geek boner, I am super excited to be talking about Umbrella Academy Season 2 on Netflix. We're going to do the whole season.
I can't believe you watched the whole thing again.
I watched it twice. Hold on.
Yeah.
Here's your spoiler alert.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
You really do need like more hobbies to be watching an entire show again just because you were like, well, we're not going to review this for a while, so I'll watch it again.
It took you so long, I forgot. Like, I binged it the weekend it came out, so I watched it, first of all, right away in like 2 days, and then I was like, fuck, I got to watch this again just to remind myself. But you know what? It was very enjoyable the second time as well. Like, it was very good. This show has a bunch of people in it. Do I even need to go over the cast or anything?
No.
No, you got Ellen.
Let's just talk
Ellen
about
Page. Let's just talk about it. Aidan Gallagher. We'll mention these guys as we go. And I mean, usually we give a plot summary, but so much shit happens. It's a whole season. Anthony, I want to start with you because you were very reluctant to watch the first season of this, and you said you maybe not enjoyed it. I forced you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then you have to follow up and watch the second season. What did you think? Second season of The Umbrella Academy.
So I remember the first season. I didn't think it was amazing. If you can hear that, I'm printing something in the background.
Oh, you are?
So,
who prints stuff in these days? Jesus. Just send them an email. What are you doing?
Sorry in advance.
What,
There's about 3 pages that need to be printed.
Is it your MapQuest directions to your buddy's house? Oh, shit. Is that what you're printing out? What do you do?
It's the history of a AOL conversation I had.
It's all my IM chats archive.
Right. It's my AIM chats.
Delete that shit.
So yeah, I definitely did not want to watch the second season. I was like, I thought the first season was fine, but I didn't remember much of it. And I think even in my review, I was like, what's special about this? I didn't really find anything cool about the first season. Yeah. So to suffice to say, I definitely did not want to watch the second season. Turned it on. They're in the 60s now. It's another doomsday scenario, but kind of a mystery on what's happening. Super weird. I'll eat crow on this one. I really enjoyed the second season. I thought they found their groove. I think the change of setting. I think the way the character arcs, I think they made all the characters a lot more interesting. I just found it to be a lot better. I found it to be way more entertaining, and by the end of it, I was like, this is pretty good. I enjoyed this.
Right on. Oh, it's good to hear. I mean, the basic plot is they jump back in time, they bring the apocalypse with them, except everyone gets split up into different years, ranging from 1960 to 1963. Everyone arrives at different times. 5 has to collect everyone, stop the apocalypse again. And then crazy things happen at the end, and you get to learn about everyone. Ruggs, what'd you think of this season of Umbrella Academy?
I enjoyed it a lot, and they did something very intelligent with the character. Okay, so the last season has you find out that the Ellen Page character Vanya is she's super powerful, and she actually causes an apocalypse.
She's like Jean Grey level.
Yeah.
Meta.
So they all kind of 5 phases them out into another time through time and spills them out. And this is where the brilliant things. They're not all together.
Yeah.
They get scattered.
In the beginning, they're all separate.
And this is something that they really needed, because this gives every character time to kind of change.
Yeah.
And establish their own little lives or whatever, and go through whatever grieving process they need to go through. And then the fun is them all of a sudden finding each other and then piecing together what's happening and how to go about solving the issue and stopping the apocalypse. So there's a lot of like mystery. There's a lot of you're anticipating a lot of things happening. You're enjoying that these characters are kind of living out their lives and kind of all different times. And then you got 5, and 5 steals this whole entire series.
Oh, he's fucking great.
love Aidan Gallagher as number 5 is so good. And you forget that he's playing like a 65-year-old man.
No, you don't.
I guess you don't.
No, you know that he's playing 65. That's why it's brilliant.
That's the whole appeal, is that he's 16
But he does it so,
playing
he
a
does it so
65-year-old
I guess
man.
you forget that he's a teenager. He just does it so well that you buy it. And
He inhabits what it would look like in the hypothetical scenario that a 65-year-old man was stuck in a 16-year-old body.
He does a great job.
He does his mannerisms, the way he's just so grumpy.
Yeah, the way he stands, his posture.
There's one scene I remember vividly where he's in a car trying to get Vanya, and he passes her as she's driving the opposite direction, and the look on his face. He's like, "What the fuck are you? Where are you going?" Like, he steals the show. But I agree with Ruggs. I think it was genius that they separated all these characters and kind of gave them room to grow into who they are, so that when they get back together, it's like they're somewhat different people.
Yeah.
And they gave them, and they did like the last season. I felt like they kept these characters around each other too often, and like I just didn't get a good feel for some. Like I didn't really care for a lot of the characters. Whereas this one, by separating them, by giving them their own arc, by putting them in the 60s, which is a really divisive time, and making them have their own little niche in terms of contributing to that era. It just worked a lot better.
Absolutely. Really well done.
The character development was amazing.
I love these guys. I love these characters. I love the cast. And not only that they start separate and they grow, but by the middle of the series, by episode 5, they're together and they have some great family moments that were even better than the first season. Like, so they had great family togetherness, but also the growth and the change in the characters. Also, you got to remember throughout this whole plot, you got these Swedish guys hunting them. You got the handler and Lila, which is a new character, which I thought she was a great addition to the show. And the mystery of her was really good and really well laid out. Just, I love the creative placement of the title in every episode at the beginning, where you wait for where they're going to put the Umbrella Academy. And I love that it just hits the ground running. Like, you don't need the setup. You know who these guys are. I also love you get a lot more of Ben, which I think was missing from last season, and also a huge addition to this cast. And the set was great. The costuming, the 60s period was very good. I love 5, but I love Klaus also. Klaus is my other favorite. Those are my top 2 favorite guys.
Yeah, I mean, they did, like, Klaus was good. Klaus was good last season. 5 was good, but they did a really good job of rehabbing characters. Like, Diego was kind of forgettable.
Yes.
He was just like the angry guy.
Yeah.
In this one, he has a love interest. You see that, like, the hero complex he has, the daddy complex. Luther, they just lean into the fact that he's just not really a leader. He's actually the big dumb ogre of the group.
He's not smart. He's not that smart.
Vanya is actually she's not just taken advantage of. Like in the first season, she's just a plot device. Yep. Whereas this, she has agency. She's figuring things out. And then, what's his name? No, the girl. What's her fucking name? The black girl?
Allison. Allison gets married.
I thought Allison sucked last season. They made her they made her out to be like a really terrible person. Yeah. And this one, she's active in like the fight for civil rights, and she's
married.
She's married. She's kind of she's being a little bit more careful with her powers. So all the characters are just made into much more interesting people. Even Hargreaves is given a lot more. In first season, he's kind of this mystery, and in this one, he's still a mystery, but there's hints of what he is, and he's kind of an asshole, but then he's kind of got good intentions. So everything worked in terms of character development.
And there's still a lot of things that are not answered. There's still some great questions about Hargreaves, and they never answered what his deal was
holy
with
shit,
this.
He's a fucking alien. First of all, why did he send Luther to the moon? What's going on over there? That shit was crazy, but I loved all of that.
I think they've even said that this is intended to be a 7 or 8 season show.
Really? As I was wondering, like, when will it jump the shark and peter out? Because right now it's got great momentum, and this was.
I think they maybe got 2 more, and then that's it.
Maybe 4 seasons.
What to its advantage in terms of jumping the shark is the concept of the show has already kind of jumped the shark.
That's true.
In terms of like, it's just a ridiculous show, right? Like even the scene with 5 where he's encountering his old self, they're like farting throughout the entire scene.
That's great. As paradox psychosis makes you do that.
So they've built in enough where they have a lot more leeway with things, and you just have to kind of accept like, oh, there's an alien in this. There's time travel. There's little kid farting. Like it's just
there's a
all sorts of stuff.
There's a fishbowl head.
Fishbowl,
AJ
there's
Carmichael.
a fishbowl man. Yeah.
I mean, but they've established their rules, and like you just buy into it. And everything works very well, but the dude.
Let's stop real quick. Do we have any criticisms?
I mean, it would be nice to like have some of this stuff, because the convention of we reboot every season to stop a new apocalypse. I feel like you should tie up all your loose ends that you can before you start that other new apocalypse, because then everything's out the window, right?
That was the only thing. I was like, this is another apocalypse caused by Vanya again. But the way this thing was paced and laid out, it worked. It wasn't. That would have been my criticism, but I liked how they used this because it was different. It was handled in a different way.
I don't think they can keep doing this though.
Well, I think the 3rd season, I don't know if they're going to do the apocalypse. It seems like they might be doing where they altered reality.
Yeah, they changed reality so much. The 3rd season is definitely going to be the results.
The Sparrow Club.
Yeah, Sparrow Academy. Ben is alive. Hargreaves is alive. And
well, they also still have stuff to mine in terms of, like, weren't there like a lot of children that were born that day?
That's a good question. There was 42
that
children.
Lady, and the Indian chick was one of them.
Lila is one of them.
As far as criticism I had, I mean, I didn't have much, to be honest with you.
It was a little convenient that Lila suddenly had powers in the very last episode, and they were mimic powers, but
that was a little. That came out of nowhere. I mean, the last episode, it could have actually ended in the episode prior.
I love the last 2 episodes. I thought were great because they do stop the apocalypse in episode 9. I think.
And then episode 10 is like
tying everything, all the fucking loose ends up.
Kind of. But episode 10 is kind of like it ties the loose ends, but it's also just kind of like, okay, now what? I guess we should just have a battle.
Well, they had to resolve the conflict with the handler and Lila's backstory. So I thought it did well. I mean, then Vanya flying out of the barn and just zapping everyone was awesome. And then I love 5. Remembering what Reginald said is jump seconds, and he figures out how to reverse time just enough to stop that from happening. Because when she first shot the ball, I was like, "Oh fuck!
Oh shit!"
But then the seconds time jump was great.
What was Hargreaves doing at the grassy knoll? What was he trying to do?
But was he there originally and then he wanted Kennedy to be assassinated? I believe that was who was the Majestic 12 and the fucking guy with the glasses was everywhere. And they're all dead. But I think he needed Kennedy to get shot. But he sends the double. I don't know.
Well, but doesn't he react? Doesn't he get pissed off at the end of that scene when they're like, at the end of that episode when he turns into an alien? Like, why did we kill? Like, we went too far.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe there was another plan. I don't know what the plan is.
Because he sends the double because he's aware because of the Umbrella Academy letting him know, that he's going to be there.
Right. So he's like, I can't be there and I can't adopt these kids. They changed a lot of things in their timelines in this season. Like that next season, everything is different. Also, I want to know where Lila went. She fucking poofed off with the briefcase. So she has a time traveling briefcase. I did love. Oh, wait, I didn't get to say my favorite part. So criticisms. Honestly, I don't really have that many. I can't think of. I thought it was paced well. I didn't think there was much filler.
No, it was actually really paced well.
It was tightly written.
They did a good job. I have to give them a lot of credit, especially after the last season when I didn't think it was all that special. The show,
like it doesn't like knock me on the floor like how great it was, but it was enjoyable.
It's fun, right?
And it doesn't have too many. And it doesn't have too many major issues where you're like, oh, they fucked that up. So I think that's actually hard to do. Like to not have any glaring mistakes and like, or anything that was really, really weak that was slowing the show down. Yeah. I mean, I didn't feel like there was that much filler.
No.
I thought that there was going to be something more to, the kid. I don't really know what the kid and the dad, the farm people.
Yeah, Harlan. So Harlan is going to be important in the future in this new timeline. I think so. He still has powers.
Oh, that's right. He does.
He's still floating that bird. It's possible.
What is his power?
Whatever Vanya's
I think he
power
absorbed, Vanya's power.
Yeah. So he grows up. There could be something that he's involved in that forms the Sparrow Academy. Maybe. I don't know. When they jump back, is he still alive? Does he still have powers? I don't know. Those are great questions, but she didn't pull all the powers out of him.
Actually, I did have a quick question that confused me as I was watching the show. I thought Diego's power was just throwing knives, and then all of a sudden he becomes Magneto.
No, I think he can control projectiles' paths. So whether it's a knife or bullets, he stopped the bullets and then sent them away. But I think he can just control projectiles, but I thought he has to throw them to be able to control them. I guess not.
I got a minor criticism during that scene.
Okay.
Actually, it's a pretty decent criticism.
Yeah.
How does all those guys with all those machine guns
they didn't
just
shoot.
Completely miss people running in a straight line
in an open field. Yes, that's a good. They got like stormtrooper aim. They none of them.
They're all shooting at their feet or to the side.
None of them hit him. And then I love at the end where he's like, "How do we get home?" And he's like, "Just pick a briefcase." There's fucking briefcases everywhere.
I actually like that little character too. I like that guy.
Was it Sherman or Herman? Yeah, he's like the head of the new commission.
He was good. Yeah,
well, he killed all the commission. So all the commission people are dead. They have to start from scratch because they killed them all. Here's my favorite part of this whole thing.
Is the handler dead?
The handler got shot too by the Swede.
Is she dead?
Well, she may not be dead. She didn't die the first season.
She got shot in the head in the first season.
So, but this time she got shot in the body by the Swede at the very end. And then he's like, enough, and he leaves.
Olga for Olga.
That was hilarious.
Luther's looking up. I found him. Olga for Olga.
Olga for Olga. And then Diego's like, I'm going to kill you. We took one of ours. And he's like, it's Swedish, you idiots. It means eye for an eye.
Olga for Olga.
Olga for Olga. I like the
Swedes.
Olga for Olga? The Swedes were great. They were so weird and creepy. My favorite thing they did. Fantastic use of music.
Oh, shit.
A+. Not only they didn't stick to the 60s, they played songs that was out of period, but matching the music to the scenes, to the action scenes, to the moments. They did it really well the first season. This season, every time some music came on, it was so well done. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I loved their use of music.
No, I did like that.
It's so fucking like when Klaus is in the fucking liquor store and he starts drinking again. And there's that song starts. It's really great. I love Klaus and Ben's relationship. I love Klaus going back to see Dave and try to talk him out of joining the military, but instead Dave enlists earlier.
It all worked, yeah.
You know, everything gets fucked up.
Yeah, him and the Ben relationship was really good. I liked that they fleshed out Ben, and I like that Klaus never really let him die, and then Ben never wanted to die until that moment. And that scene was actually pretty emotional.
Oh my God, Ben sacrifices himself to save Vanya. And how he died is still a mystery. We see his funeral, but they don't actually tell you. But even Ben had a love interest. That part was hilarious, where he was
great.
Inside Klaus and he's on the dirt. He's like, "Want to have sex?" He's like, "This is the first time." She's like, "What about Saturday?" He's like, "God damn it, Klaus!"
Yeah, Klaus is getting around.
Klaus is using pop lyrics as sermons and messages. Was so fucking. He was doing yoga in that thing, Ruggs. The thing we were talking about, the little yoga diaper. He was wearing it.
Yeah, he's wearing the Bikram.
Yeah, the Bikram yoga.
This is the second thing that we've reviewed in the last couple weeks that has had another Backstreet Boys reference.
Yes, there's Backstreet Boys music in this.
It's the same song. I think he goes like, "Everybody, rock your body, rock your body right."
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Listen to the rivers and the streams that you're used to. That's so genius. I love Five. Had some amazing fight scenes using his powers, and young Five versus old Five and the paradox psychosis. I fucking love that.
You get Robin vibes from Five.
Yes, he should be. He needs to be. He would make an amazing Damian Wayne. Maybe. What do you think? He's a little older now, but
he seems Damian Wayne.
He does. He's that intense look. Like he needs to be in a fucking superhero movie playing it. He is playing a comic book superhero, really, and he does it well. Aidan Gallagher, definitely the star. I love that Vanya's relationship was more believable this season than last season with that guy who they had no chemistry, and you're like, why?
Why is she with him?
Why is she even with him?
And they made her just a complete dope.
Well, she doesn't remember anything, so that was a nice, convenient way of clearing Vanya's fucking baggage. And the improvements over the second season. There's less time spent at the commission. The music was better. Diego's love interest doesn't die and is actually memorable. Remember he had a love interest in the first season and she died.
They offed her right away. I totally forgot who she was.
Yeah.
No, they did. I mean, they improved on everything. They found the setting was good.
The mom before she became a cyborg.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So this is look at all the stuff they changed, right? So Hargreaves doesn't adopt the kids; he adopts different kids, but he does adopt Ben. Dave enlists in the army early. Grace probably leaves Reginald now because she found out he's up to some shady shit. So everything's going to be changed. Did you guys notice, Anthony, did you notice when they do the Sparrow Academy thing on the balcony, there's like a floaty box character on the left. There's people, and then one of them is a box, just this green box with energy floating as a character.
It's just weed, really good weed.
This guy's so lit that he's just floating in a box. But I love that. I love that reveal. I love seeing Pogo's backstory. That was also fun. Remember that?
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing more to say. It's a show that I would be happy to talk about, and as we have, and list everything. But it's good. It was very good, and I was pleasantly surprised. Like Ruggs, I would agree. It's not something I would be recommending and say this is the greatest show ever. But to make a very solid show with that many ingredients and be fun and entertaining and somewhat emotional at times, I think they hit all the right spots.
They did. As far as Easter eggs, as you guys notice, there's like birds.
The Boys has a lot to live up to now.
The Boys, I think, is going to be it's got a bar to get above, and I think it will in a different way. Obviously,
this is the era of weird.
It is
weird, team up shows or weird, just weird tones in comic books. I think I saw someone on YouTube was like, I hope Fahey's watching this and taking notes for the eventual X-Men stuff he makes.
Yeah, that's kind of how you do it. There's definitely a tone between Doom Patrol and this and all the team shows out there.
Having the characters really kind of gel is so important.
And development of the characters is important. You got to like them.
And this is just proof that good writing and good orchestration of the characters can take something that didn't work, which was season 1, and make it work in season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't working in the first season. It wasn't. It was just not quite right. And they figured whatever they tuned it up, and they kind of like really started to understand how to get them to feel like they should be together. So
And she swallowed the fish. That was great. Handler.
Yeah, I mean, they feel like they should be together, but you're also like, you totally understand
each of them,
why they all hate each other.
Yes.
It's the family dynamic that they captured.
It's complex. Yeah.
The dinner scene,
not just this like one-sided, two-dimensional.
The dinner scene is great.
Yeah,
with
complex
Hargreaves.
is a great word for what they've done.
Yeah. No, they juggled it well. It's tightly written, paced well. Good stuff.
I mean, I remember vividly, like the first season. I remember vividly thinking I forgot everything in the first season. So I mean, it's just a nice surprise that they were able to rally.
And you didn't really need to remember too many things from first season. They did a good job of reminding you. You just need to remember that they zapped out at the apocalypse.
Well, it actually made me go back and not rewatch the first season, but just recap everything to get back up to speed.
Yeah, I love that Luthor works for Jack Ruby, and you see him grab his gun and go take out Oswald. I thought Oswald would be in the show more, but they didn't even like allude to him or show him, which is kind of interesting. But that dude Elliot gets killed, who believed him and was photographing him. There was a lot to love in this season. And a lot of bird Easter eggs. If you notice, flocks of birds, bird prints, little birds on cards, little birds on pins, like this sparrow bird theme was in every episode. Okay, let's rate it. What number would you give it? I think we all agree it's better than season 1. If you had to rate it out of 10, Anthony, what would you give this?
8.5.
Oh, shit. Not bad. I'm going to go 8.5 as well. It's a good number.
I'm going to go solid 8.
Solid 8, yeah. It's a lot of fun. I was not mad on, but it has got me more excited to see the boys now to take this in a different, dark, fucked up, disturbed way.
It made me excited to see the boys, and it made me excited to revisit Doom Patrol because I've only watched one episode.
Dude, Doom Patrol is even wackier and weirder. So that goes on the weird end, and then the boys is on like the more realistic, topical, gritty end. And this
so
is
on the scale of weird, Doom Patrol is way weirder.
Definitely
than
way weirder than Umbrella Academy. Yes. Oh yeah.
I feel like the boys is pretty weird. Boys is like dark weird.
Boys is dark weird, but it's not as fantasy like weird, like, you know, LSD weird, which is definitely what Doom Patrol is.
Okay.
This is like, how would you describe the weird of Umbrella Academy? Is kind of an in the middle. Where would the X-Men fall if you had to put an X-Men show? What kind of show would you want? I think somewhere between the boys and Umbrella Academy scale.
I think it would probably be a little bit more towards the boys.
Yeah, maybe darker.
Not as violent, though, obviously. Not as, like, R-rated.
Yeah.
But kind of that level of production, I would say.
I would love, like, a HBO level of production on an X-Men show.
I feel like that the boys kind of has the best production value for some reason.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not that this particular season having to do a period to piece.
Dude, the sets were top notch in this.
Do all that stuff. They actually put a lot of money into that.
Yeah, looked great.
And it looked great.
Yeah.
So, but action sequences were not very like crazy, right? I mean,
it wasn't built around the action for sure.
No. So I think the X-Men's going to need to be a little bit more action heavy. I feel like it should be anyway.
Do you want to know where the other 42 babies are and who is their father? Who fathered these fucking babies that have powers? I have so many questions.
I think it was the fish. Was
it AJ Carmichael? She swallowed him. I love when Five smashed his fucking fishbowl head. That's fucking fantastic. He murders everyone.
The problem, the only thing that like I'm now just like kind of anticipating and sad about is that kid is going to grow up.
He is going to grow up.
Maybe he'll be like the dude that played Karate Kid. What's that guy's name?
Ralph Macchio, who always looks young.
Ralph Macchio, who always looked young, even though he was like, by the Karate Kid Part 3, I think he was close to 30 and he was still playing a 16-year-old.
Aidan Gallagher does look like the kind of guy who'll stay looking young for
hopefully he does, because I think him growing up, it all is like rides on his acting. Like I think he's the cog that keeps it amazing.
Wow, he was born in 2003. So he's fucking 17 years old. Wow.
He's the one standout for me.
He is a breakout star. He needs to do, what else has he done? He needs to do more things. I love Five.
I mean, the other guys are pretty good too. But
They are.
he's,
The whole he hasn't done a lot.
He's probably the best in my opinion, and then the next is Klaus.
Klaus is great. Who's like always reminds me of James Franco mixed with somebody else.
I like that Ellen Page is always getting top billing, and she's like the most understated character other than her power set.
Yeah. Yeah, she had some cool moments, though. Lifting the water.
They're probably paying her a decent amount of money.
Yeah. But it's an ensemble.
Yeah, she's top billing.
She's always top billing, yeah.
She's the big name you got to put to get in here. But it isn't a true ensemble cast. It's all of them. All right, good stuff, guys. Well, that's it. That's all I got for the show. I don't have any news from the nation. I thought we were going to run long with all the DC fandom stuff.
Huh?
Unless anybody wants...
We did well then.
We did good. Unless anybody wants to pick something out or have any other thing to discuss, we're good.
No, I think that I think we're good. We talked a lot about a lot of things.
We did. Ruggs, where can they find you online to talk about more things?
You can find me on Twitter at ReallyRugBoy. Come by, say hello. Follow me, you bastards.
Follow him to the bathroom, listener.
Yes, and then put your hand in my snout.
Visit the show notes for this episode, jockandnerd.com/344 for links to all the videos and trailers. We talked about DC fandom and also links to join our fan club, our Patreon, how to support the show, how to get in touch. It's wonderful links. And finally, of course, tell a friend. Invite them to our Facebook group. Tell someone you think would enjoy this geekiness, someone that needs a little break from the craziness. We would appreciate it. Thanks for listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the nerd.
We'll peep you next time.